Hello everyone, Alchemist here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Today is a tarot reading for you, and it's going to be a message from your ancestors. These are beautiful gifted ancestors that stem from your lineage. It could be from ancient past, from parallel dimensions or realities, but your ancestors that are connected to you one way or another. Maybe you've had past lives together, or maybe you have met before in the spiritual realm. So I'm going to invite you to pick one of two piles, but remember that I also offer personal readings, private readings, customized sigils, spells, and rituals, and many other services at thyself.com or link in the description box below. You probably might think that I do only YouTube videos, but I use YouTube as a platform for exposure. My main services are the ones I offer at thyself.com, so don't forget to check it out. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to pick one of these beautiful piles that I have here. Feel free to pause the video and pick the pile that resonates the most with you, or you can watch both because this is a collective reading, so there might be messages in both piles that can benefit your spiritual growth. And I'm going to start with the pile here on my left hand. A message from your ancestors. What do they want you to know? Sorolorondech kistras mushechen itrech mularef indech soroloromonden. We have the Magician card, a Major Arcana as the first card. That's incredible. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. The Mage. The World card reversed. Another Major Arcana. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So, okay, here's the bottom of the deck. The Star card, I'm going to also include it. Another Major Arcana upright. You guys are witnessing real magic. I shuffle the cards, I shuffle the decks before I shoot the readings, and I shuffle during the reading as well. And what you're meant to see is what you're going to see. And look how many Major Arcana showed up just from one pull. Isn't that incredible? So, there's a lot to unpack here. First card that showed up here, this is the Mage, the Magician. And this is your energy right now. When I picked the pile, this is not the energy of your ancestors. This is your energy. You're being the Mage, the Magus of power. You're using your gifts and abilities. You are aligned on the right path. And you're finally gaining that confidence that was lost within you. And you're finally understanding who you are. In this reincarnation, what are you here to do? You're starting to understand that. Before it was hazy, it didn't make sense. Before it was not very clear. Now you're starting to understand what's your purpose. A purpose can be fabricated as well. You can be guided towards a certain purpose, or you can fabricate your own purpose. But it's all in divine alignment. If something is not meant for you, it's not going to be for you. And it's not going to be for you because it's not good for you. So the Mage understands this. Someone who's not at the energy of the Mage, they don't understand this. Something is meant to be, it's going to be. And something, if it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen, even though we want it to happen. And the Master doesn't get reactive, upset, angry, or frustrated with the universe. If what we want doesn't manifest, if it doesn't happen, we let it go, and we're still happy, we're still content with what we have. That's the energy of a master. Someone who's not a master, they're going to react, they're going to cuss, they're going to be frustrated, upset, and angry because they didn't get what they desired. So you're finally attaining the energy of the Mage, and you're understanding that the Mage stays in the middle. The Mage doesn't over-celebrate, and the Mage doesn't depress when there is a bad situation or a challenge that happens in life, the mage stays in the middle. The circumstances doesn't control you anymore. You're starting to understand that. You're not letting the circumstances and what's happening around you control what's within you, because you're in control of what's within you. If there's a challenge that comes to your life, a problem, you don't freak out. You don't scream. You don't point fingers. You don't shout at people. You handle it with calm. You handle it with your mind, and you follow the guidance. And even if it's something that's annoying, that's troublesome, it's interfering with your life, you still don't react to it. Now that's a real mage. And a mage is just a label. It could be male or female. You can call it mage or master or witch or wizard or whatever you want to call it. It's just a label. Don't get caught up in the labels, okay? We just use labels to explain things. Don't get caught up in them. But you're finally at this energy. That's why this is the first card that showed up here. You've been doing the work and you're finally understanding also this is how it feels like to be in peace with oneself. And you're not even reacting even though the universe is closed right now. It's reversed. The universe is reversed, meaning that there were certain things that you've been wanting with this Queen of Pentacles reversed. It's financial. It has to do with success. It has to do with money. It has to do with you achieving certain goals. And those goals didn't pan out. You didn't achieve them. You didn't attain them. You tried. You did your best. You tried to get there and it didn't happen. It didn't manifest. But you're still the mage. You didn't freak out. You didn't react. You didn't cuss the universe. You didn't lose your mind and get out of control like what's happening with most of humanity nowadays. You stayed in control of your emotions, even though what you wanted didn't happen. Because now you're aware enough. See, it all boils down to awareness. You're aware of the fact that that was not good for you. If it didn't happen, it means it was not good for you, even though you believed that it was good for you. The universe knows better. Your ancestors know better. And the star at the bottom of the deck, this is your ancestor who's protecting you and guiding you right now. It's this beautiful star. It's a feminine divine, a beautiful, beautiful spirit entity. And I sense her to be like a... she's living in a higher realm, in a higher dimension. And she loves you and she's so proud of you. I sense the energy of pride. She's so proud of you becoming the mage, finally understanding what needs to be done, finally not letting your emotions take the best out of you. So she's very happy that you're finally getting to that level and she's supporting you and guiding you. And this is her energy. Look how beautiful she is here. So she's watching over you from higher realms. It's the heaven realms, so she's at the level of a deity. But she's also your ancestor. Beautiful, beautiful energy from the beginning. What else do we have here? Sorolomo, Indres, Zohren. The Devil reversed, another major arcana. You guys are witnessing here live what's going on. It's another major arcana and it's the Devil reversed, meaning that you're so aligned, you're doing the right thing, even though you're doubting yourself sometimes. But because now you are the mage, you're not letting that doubt take away your confidence. You're confident, you're sure about who you are, and you're content. Here, the word that I'm hearing is contentment. You're content with what you have, with where you are right now. This is beautiful energy. This is how you end up towards the path of enlightenment, by the way. So this is good news for you. It's not about accomplishing materialistic things. It's about reaching the path towards enlightenment. So this is the first step. So your alchemical transmutation is taking place, it's happening, and you're doing an amazing job. And you're not falling for the devil. And the devil here again, it has a negative connotation. Sometimes it have a positive connotation depending on the context of the reading. But here it means all the people that deceive you, or whatever is not good for you, whatever tries to keep you stuck where you are, that's not going to be in your life anymore. The old toxic habits, the places, the people you used to hang out with, anything that was bad for you, that was in your life before, now it's not. And it's another confirmation. So you are doing amazing. Congratulations. The devil is reversed. What else do we have here? We have the 10 of Wands upright, meaning that what you're doing is incredible. You're on an amazing path. You're guided. Your ancestors are commanding you on everything you're doing. You are at this mage level energy, even though the things you want are not panning out sometimes, but you believe in your alignment and you're at peace with yourself. But there are still things that you need to work on. This doesn't mean that you're enlightened and you're done. No, you're not done. If you're done already, you wouldn't be here anymore. The fact that you're still watching this video, it means that you're not done the work that you're supposed to do. So there's still some other things that you need to face, that you need to go through, and it has to do with some karmic retribution that you still need to pay from your past lives, because right now you're purging. Because you've been doing the work, the universe allowed this purge to happen. As how they say in Buddhism, your karma has ripened. And when karma ripens means it's the right time for it to take place, either good or bad. So sometimes even the bad karma, it takes time for it to ripen. It has to have the proper circumstances for it to take place. And that's why a lot of people get away, a lot of bad people get away with a lot of things, because their bad karma doesn't ripen yet. The conditions are not yet set by the universe for them to pay back that bad karma. And sometimes those conditions, they take decades before they are ready. And it happens with a lot of people where before they pay back all of the horrible things they do, they get away with it for decades. And then when they get old, they get hit with a cancer, or they get hit with a terminal disease, and they suffer with that disease or that ailment until they die. They suffer every single day until their death. That's them paying back that karma. And I'm talking about this from a spiritual standpoint, not from a scientific standpoint. Don't confuse this with science. This is spiritual. If they don't pay back that bad karma in this lifetime, if that karma doesn't ripen, if the conditions are not proper yet, maybe it's going to hit them in their next life. And when they are a kid or a baby, they're going to have some difficulties, or they can have some physical challenges, or they're not going to form properly in the womb of the mother. For the people who even do worse actions, they end up in lower realms that are called the hell realms, which is even worse than being reincarnated on earth. So I don't sense this to be your case scenario. This was just an FYI. It was a side note. But there are still things that you need to face, some challenges. So hang in there. You have the power to go through them, and your ancestors are helping you. This is not something that you can't overcome. You will be able to overcome it. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. The Five of Cups reversed. And the Three of Pentacles. So you're at the level where this is another confirmation from the universe and from your ancestors that nothing can budge you right now. You know who you are. Your heart is so strong. Your heart chakra, the foundation is so solid. And this beautiful peace that you have within, which is represented by this Five of Hearts reversed, is so hard for people to attain. It's one of the most challenging things, but you are getting there, and it's the most beautiful thing, and it is what's going to lead you to enlightenment, or at least to the path towards enlightenment. Even if you don't get enlightened in this lifetime, if you get to this level, maybe in your next lifetime you're going to reincarnate in higher realms where you can gain enlightenment in those higher realms instead of here on earth. Because you're going to be, let's say, doing 80% of the work on earth, and then you're going to have 20% left before you get enlightened. But instead of coming back to earth to finish that 20% that you have left, you'll finish it in higher realms, in heavenly realms, where there's no money, there's no politics, there's no societal programming or brainwashing, there's all of the there's no wars, there's no killing and hatred, there's no suffering. So it's easier to finish the work that you need to do in those higher realms, that 20%, even if you don't gain enlightenment here on earth. So this path is amazing. Either way, it is good for you, because it's leading you towards the highest goal for every and any human being, which is to gain enlightenment and transcend the wheel of samsara. That's the goal of every soul. So you're getting there. You're having this inner peace. Even if people don't help you, even if you know people don't believe in you, even if people call you names, or they don't believe in your path or in your gifts and abilities, in what you're capable of, it's okay, because you are the mage, and your ancestors, they know your worth and they love you and support you, because that's enough. Because right now, you're the master. Number 3 represents mastery, the trinity of mastery. Now you understand the purpose of existence and why everything is supposed to be the way it is. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And I'm called to stop here for this pile, but congratulations, you guys are doing wonderful. Keep moving forward. Your ancestors are proud of you. And I'm going to move on to the other pile. And again, before I move on to the other pile, I want to remind you of my Patreon page called The Temple of Initiation. If you're interested in more readings, long format and short formats, more in-depth knowledge and wisdom about the occult, about spells, about rituals, about this field, if you want to delve deeper, check my Patreon page. I would really appreciate it if you can support me over there. So far, there are hundreds of posts on my Patreon page, by the way, for those of you who are not aware of it, including readings, sigils, rituals, and many, many magical practices. So don't forget to check it out, and let's move on to the next pile. The pile I was holding with my right hand. Kitres shurrefen sukrolomochon isdres kushachen trasmoloromondech tres kif ismechen tros minen. So we have the 7 of Swords as the first card, and then the 8 of Swords reversed. 7, 8. Interesting. And Swords again. Okay, 4 of Swords reversed. What's going on here? All Swords. The energy is quite different for this pile. Quite different. The energy shifted. All of the cards were Swords. So, your ancestors, they are, what I'm sensing here, they're guiding you towards the unknown. So for you guys, you want to get out of this darkness. But as I have taught many, many times on this channel, in order to understand darkness, you have to embrace it. If you don't embrace your darkness, you can't get out of it and you can't understand it. Because darkness, in essence, is beautiful. It's the foundation of creation. Outside of this physical world, everything is in darkness. Creation came out of darkness. So you think, for this pile, you think darkness is bad because you've been brainwashed by religion since a young age, because you've been told since you were young by everyone around you that darkness is bad, darkness is bad, darkness is bad, light is good, light, 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 light. Light is the only good thing. Light, light this, light that, light this, light that. And people don't even understand what light means. What do you mean by light? You mean the sunlight? Is that what you mean? No, but no one can explain to you what light is. Even if you go to these religious figures who talk about light all the time, they don't know what light is. Is it like your LED lights, your bulb in your bedroom? What is it? Is it the light reflected from the sun that we can see? Is that what light is? No. No one knows what light is. And sometimes to understand one thing, you have to understand the opposite. If you want to appreciate the sun, there has to be some rain. Otherwise, you will never appreciate the sun. If you want to appreciate the daylight, you have to have nighttime. If we didn't have nighttime, we would never appreciate daylight. Never. We would take it for granted. We would think it's something very like it's just there. So sometimes you need contrast. You need the opposite in order to understand, or in order to be grateful for that one side or the other. Without hate, how can you appreciate love? And without war, how can you appreciate peace? It applies for everything. That's how this three-dimensional world works. It works like this, with duality, the Hermetic principle of polarity. It's based on polarity, two different poles. They're the same thing with different degrees. Love and hate are the same emotion, but with two different degrees. Hot and cold, they are the same, but with two different degrees. And that's why, as I have mentioned before, the master always stays in the middle, so you don't get affected by these extremes. The people who are immersed in this dualistic, materialistic world, they're always in the extremes. And that's why they're always off balance. And that's why they don't know how to navigate life. And that's why they're always falling for anything that comes, good or bad. If it's something amazing, they over-celebrate, and then they crash so hard after that because that feeling is not there anymore. It's an amazing, great, euphoric feeling. It's there for like a week, and then it disappears. Next thing you know, you're depressed because that euphoria is not there anymore. Or it could be the other side of the spectrum, where if something depressing comes, or a problem or a challenge, if something hits your life that's negative, that's it. You think it's the end of the world, and you become depressed, and you don't know how to get out of that. You don't know how to get out of that state. And people stay there sometimes for their whole lives. They stay depressed because of one thing that hit them in their life. Why? Why people fall for these extremes, for these dualistic extremes? Because they don't know how to stay in the middle. And one way to stay in the middle is to appreciate both sides. So for you, you think darkness is bad, and you're always light, 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 without even understanding what light is. Ask anyone to explain what light is to you. Not the light that we see that reflects in our eyes. No, just this light, this spiritual light that the New Age and religions talk about all the time. I challenge anyone from these communities to explain what light is to me. I challenge it because no one has ever explained it. What is light? Light is an illusion that comes from darkness. Light is darkness, and darkness is light. Why, in Taoism, in Eastern alchemy, which comes from Taoism, they understood this thousands of years ago in China. And that's why the yin-yang concept has a beautiful sigil or logo, which is half darkness, half light. They drive each other, they're part of each other, they are the same. But people in this reality, they think they are separated, and they think one is good and the other is not. And that's what you need to learn. That's what your ancestors are trying to teach you, that they are one and the same. And in order to understand one, you have to understand the other. In order to embrace one, you have to embrace the other. So for you, you need to embrace your darkness, because it's not bad. And I'm not talking about the darkness of shadow work from Carl Jung. And I have to always repeat this in my videos like a broken record, because I know there's a lot of new people that come here and they always misunderstand what I explain for Carl Jung shadow work. I don't talk about shadow work. I'm not talking about the dark side. That means your negative side. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the other side of existence that people condemn. How can you call yourself religious or spiritual if you condemn something that comes from creation itself? You say darkness is bad, yet your God created darkness. You believe in God, right? One God, one of the gods, or whatever, one of the deities, a god or a goddess, you believe that he, it's always a he, that he created everything, and you condemn his darkness? How dare you? You see, when you start to use your mind, you're going to find plot holes, things that don't make sense. So why condemn darkness? No, darkness is beautiful. It gives you nighttime. It allows you to appreciate the moon, the moonlight. Everyone goes crazy about full moons, about eclipses, about and they do rituals and they use it for magic. I'm talking about the spiritual people. Yet they forget that it exists in darkness. The moon exists in the dark night. People forget that, and they keep saying light, light, light. If you keep saying light all the time, why are you doing your rituals in the full moon? Why don't you do them in the sunlight during the day? So this is because people just regurgitate what they hear. They never use their mind. And that's why I teach in this channel always for you guys to use your mind when you hear something. Don't be a sheeple. Don't just follow what you hear just because someone said it. People don't know most of the time, not always, but most of the time, people don't know what they are talking about. They don't know. They are just repeating what they hear. If darkness is so bad, why do you always full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon? You think the full moon happens during daytime? And after your full moon ritual that you did in the darkness, you start going, oh, light, 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 love, light, love. What happened to the beautiful darkness that gave you the full moon? So your ancestors are guiding you to get out of this indoctrination. You've been indoctrinated and you need to get out of this. Use your mind. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe even what I'm telling you. Do your own research. Come up with your own conclusions. I'm not here to give you a dogma to worship or to follow. I'm only here to trigger or cause a spark in your awareness so you can use your own awareness for your life. That's all I'm here to do. And this whole thing is putting you in this state that of worry and anxiety, and you just can't find peace. You're always worried because you're wondering if you're following the right thing or not. But your ancestors are telling you, don't be a follower. Be a master. That's your goal here on Earth. Let's move on and let's pick a couple more cards. Sororomondech. I thought I saw something from the corner of my eye. Soroshmich iskeremendech. Zostros milremendech. Kures. Fachrolon. We have a major arcana, the strength card. Your ancestors are telling you, you have the strength to get out of this situation, of this conundrum that's actually just happening in your mind. You're creating it for yourself. But you are gifted, you are powerful, but you overcomplicate things for no reason. Your ancestors are showing you the way. They're telling you, here's the path. It's clear. Just walk on it. But you overcomplicate things because of the programming you've been having since a young age. That programming is still within you. It's time to drop it because you are very strong. You are in control of what's happening inside of you. Not the programs that came from your parents or from your family or from your friends. No, you're in control. Not something that they tell you. What's happening right now is that something they told you is what's been controlling you. So it's time to drop that because you have the strength. You have an immense strength, and you need to start using it. Another major arcana, the Justice card. Your ancestors, they're going to guide you and they're going to help you on this path because you're strong, you're powerful, you have good intention, you have a beautiful heart, you're generous, you're kind, you're always accumulating good karma, but you're confused about these religious concepts of darkness is bad, light is good, all of this nonsense. But your ancestors are going to help you so you can get out of this. It's like a delusion. It's just making you confused. And what's yours is going to come to you. The path will clear out. Everything is going to be crystal clear for you. And you will embrace your darkness. Your ancestors are guiding you so you can embrace your darkness. How do you embrace your darkness? There are many tools. Spend some time alone in the nighttime, just with candles. If it's a beautiful full moon, it doesn't have to be always full moon. It could be the waning moon, it could be the waxing moon. Walk outside at nighttime if it's safe in your area. Meditate in the darkness. There are many tools to appreciate the other half. Yes, in daytime, you appreciate the sun and the light that reflects in your eye, but you need to appreciate nighttime equally. That's how you can embrace your darkness. And the more you embrace your darkness, the more you can overcome your fears. Because fears are just an illusion and they're always connected to nighttime for some reason, which is dark. When do ghosts and spirits show up? At nighttime. Oh, that's why it's scary. So fear is always connected to darkness, always. There's nothing to fear. These are just programs that were created by other stupid humans. So they can control you. There's nothing to fear in the nighttime. Even though spirits show up more and you can see entities and spirits and the dreams happen during the nighttime, but these are all things that we should not fear. We were taught, humans have been taught to fear the night and anything that is associated with nighttime. Anything. So it's just an illusion. We're not living in the jungle. Yes, if you're living in the jungle, you're supposed to be scared at nighttime because maybe some tiger is going to hunt you and eat you at nighttime. But we're not living in the jungle. We all agree about that. So what is there to fear? But justice, what's yours will come to you. You will eventually get out of this, but you need to first become aware of it before you can get out of it. First, awareness comes first. Then you start doing the work so you can get out of this situation. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. Again, cups and cups. And Wheel of Fortune reversed, a major arcana. Interesting. Your ancestors are telling you here, and this Queen of Cups, I sense her to be your ancestor as well. And she's always just so flowy and so elegant, so sophisticated, so eloquent. Look at her. And she's trying to show you this path. But you're always in this depressive mode. You're always feeling down. You feel like you don't understand what you need to do. You don't know who to believe or who not to believe. And that's why your ancestor is telling you, you need to trust in yourself. Believe in what makes sense to you deep within your heart, not what you hear. And this state that you're in, which showed up also in the beginning with this Four of Swords reversed, this state of unease, you're not at peace with yourself, you're always feeling down. This is pushing away your Wheel of Fortune. It's reversed. The Wheel of Fortune showed up, it's reversed. It's pushing it away from you. Because you're not feeling good, you're not feeling content, you're not feeling at peace. You're confused. It's like you're always believing these programs that were installed in your mind, and you're having a hard time to get out of what you've been told. So your ancestors are telling you, they're going to help you get out of this, but you need to also do the work. You need to trust in yourself and leave behind these unnecessary programs that only give you fear. And fear causes you to become depressed and unhappy. And unhappiness and being depressed causes you to become not abundant in your life. So please follow the guidance of your ancestors. They're going to bring you justice. The justice card showed up because you're a beautiful, kind-hearted person. So don't do this to yourself. That's what I'm hearing from your ancestors. They're willing to guide you. You're strong enough. You have what it takes to get out of this. So please follow the guidance of your ancestors and please stop falling for these programs. And you're going to ask, well, how do I know? For example, if it's a depressive talk that makes you feel negative, like every time you hear someone, either on YouTube or in real life, or a teacher or a friend, and then after you hear them talk, you feel like you're drained or you feel like down, you feel negative. Stay away from these people. Stay away from situations that are toxic. Don't consume a lot of social media that's negative. Stay away from distractions. Don't just hear someone and believe what they say just because they say it, or just because they had the courage to say it. There's a lot of stupid people who are courageous, by the way. They're stupid, they say a lot of stupid nonsense, but they're very courageous. They have the courage to say stupid nonsense. The world is full of people like that. So please don't fall for these people just because someone talks. Some of these people even are millionaires and billionaires. Some of these people are spiritual teachers and gurus. They're spiritual coaches. And they are rich. And they have millions of people following them. You'll be surprised. But they'll still say the dumbest things. They will say the dumbest things. And millions of people follow them. Some people maybe even worship them as humans worshiping other humans. So just because someone is popular or famous or have millions of followers, it doesn't mean that they're saying something true or right. Or at least right for you. Maybe it's right for someone else, but maybe not for you. So please use your mind. Just follow your heart, your intuition. Follow the guidance that comes from your ancestors. Okay? But things will get better. Don't worry about it. Everything will get better and you will overcome the challenge that you're confronting right now. Okay? And I'm called to stop here. This is what I have for this reading. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section if the reading resonates with you. Thank you. And don't forget to check the links in the description box. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next reading. Zoch zimmeres shus et urach leref husmech eindach resh. Yo!